you.
Hi. Only one person to lunge their hand.
So good to see you.
Thanks. Same for me. Same for me, and many more.
So you have two shows coming on about the same time, Bob's Burgers and Archer. What's it like having your voice on the airwaves on two different networks at the same time?
It's disconcerting for everybody. No, it's great. It's like it's always shocking when a show succeeds at all.
Yeah.
To be on two of them, I must be really good at what I do.
I've seen some of your previous...
It was a wink just to that camera.
Sorry.
And I hope all of you note that I winked at the middle camera.
So I've seen some of your previous work in the Venture Brothers when you did the voiceover work for Dr. Orpheus's master. And one of the creators of Venture Brothers, Doc Hammer, specified that working with you is insane because you changed the lines in the script. Were there any similarities of that when you're doing the voiceover work for Archer?
There's a lot. That show is a lot different, and I have a much smaller role. But it was always fun to work with those guys. And they kind of encouraged it, I think. And many of the shows I'd done prior to that had a lot of improv involved in making the show. So I'm not sure they said hey, do whatever you want, but I think they kind of did. So he might have been misstated. I think they made me do it as opposed to I just did it. I think it was their fault. But I'm used to doing shows like that, and Bob's Burgers, the show that's not Archer. We do a lot of improv during the show, so we change the script. But Archer's not like that at all, and to be honest, there's not much reason for it. The scripts are really great. So, not that Bob's Burgers is bad scripts, but or Venture Brothers. But it's just a small part on that. I feel like they just were have fun with the 10 minutes that you'll be here recording the lines.
What can you tell us about Archer being a dad, and how is this baby different from how things were with wee baby Seamus?
This one's not so Irish.
Tattoo on the shoulder.
Yeah. Who named it Seamus? I don't even know the story. Is it an Irish prostitute?
Yeah, I believe so.
That's pretty funny. I think there was, he'll probably, unfortunately, it might be very similar the way he raises both of them, which is that he'll be not raising them at all. Although this one I think it's going to be impractical for Archer, because it's like the office baby. It's going to always be around, so the other one had the good fortune of being probably swept away somewhere, right, back to Ireland. He doesn't have to deal with it. So there's a lot more, I think, the practical reality of having a baby and trying. So it's going to be, Archer has a hard time. Archer spends a lot of time and energy avoiding this one. He'll have to spend a lot more time and energy avoiding this one.
Since you have two characters with both Bob and Archer, do you have a particular ritual you have to get back into Archer mode before you go into the studio, or do you do them simultaneously, or
do I do
Bob and Archer simultaneously? Not
at the same time.
It's the same time. As in, are you recording one episode of that and
I have
another
to do a
episode
line of Archer, then a line of Bob,
it's
and
the same time.
You only get me for 3 minutes a month, so you got to make the most of it. No, it's not like they record at different times, obviously, and the voices are pretty similar, but it's easy to fall into Bob when I'm doing it because we work together with the cast, and Archer I work alone in a booth, so and I just yell a lot louder.
I know that we had the Bob's Burgers crossover into Archer a few seasons ago. Can we expect to see anything like that going into Bob's Burgers, or see it again in Archer?
Lauren Bouchard, the creator of Bob's Burgers, I think is trying to figure out an idea for that, but it's hard. Archer set the bar really high for that because it wasn't gimmicky, really. You know what I mean? It wasn't just for the sake of crossover.
It was done into the story. It was kind of woven in.
Yeah, it was kind of buried into it, and so it was. I don't know. It's a hard thing to do, especially especially with Bob's Burgers, which is a
bit
kind of
totally
much more
different.
grounded
Yeah.
show to a degree, right? Like, no one gets like shot 5 times and then comes back to life the next day. That kind of stuff that doesn't happen in Bob's Burgers. So Archer's a little more of a heightened reality kind of show. So he'd have to find a way to do it. I don't know.
So are you excited to get back into the spy game after last
Well,
season?
yeah, I was saying to the other table, table 1, sorry.
Sorry, I just realized I
Oh. That I think they were in the spy game the whole time, you know, like, so it was, it's not a big, they're back in the office, I guess, which is a good thing. It's back to more standard office politics. There's not many people left there for Archer to sleep with, so.
Gotta steal him, guys. Sorry.
Can we get a danger zone?
Thank you.
Sure.
Into the pink iPhone?
I realized just this morning that I've always said something danger zone wrong since the beginning, because I think you'd have to be like something danger zone, but I said something danger zone. Right? I did it wrong. I screwed it up. I fucked it up.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.